This area was carved out easily because about 60 million years ago, lava and ash, volcanic lava and ash, formed what is Cappadocia. These weird mountains are easily to carve through, kind of like the church I just walked out of. Cappadocia is a huge area with tons of little spots where you can check out. I'm currently in the Ihlara Valley, if I pronounce it right. By the way, you probably get sick of me saying if I pronounce it right. Early humans were in the Paleolithic era, and that's about 2.5 million years ago to 11,700 years ago. That era was the first time they started to find construction of tools. It's beautiful out here. If you come to Cappadocia, don't forget to make your way to the Ihlara Valley.
Здесь просто красиво. Хотя по центру вы, человек, вольва и кто-то, ножки платья. Одна, конечно, зачаруешь. И вот тут подписано. Вообще похоже.
Там зовут старцы. Ну, типа, при этом там евангелисты, как бы по четырем сторонам весь их нет. А что вот вокруг малого какие-то листья? Или это что-то нет, нарисовано?
Нет, это какие-то.
That just fell. By the way, just so you know, it's absolutely pitch black in some of these areas. So when I'm walking in, I'm literally using the iPhone as like my light source because it sees better than my eyes. So I did eat shit right now on these steps, but had the phone pointed straight as opposed to pointed down where I'm stepping. Yeah, as you can see, it gets really dark and you get light from the outside. But I mean, the iPhone's really doing better. But like for example, in there, I don't know if there's any light, but let's go in there. There's a rock there. This is literally like some Blair Witch stuff because some of that stuff was pitch black, and then there were tombs in there, you know, religious ceremonies. I mean, up on the ceiling of this church. The black church is what they're calling this place, the black church. But up on the ceiling, there's these beautiful engraved crosses. And the more time I spend in here, my eyes are adapting and seeing more and more. But let me flip it around for you. Walking over this creaky ass bridge. Things I do for you guys. It's good enough. Works just fine. Man, with the storm last night, or last couple days, everything is pretty snowed over, but just beautiful though. I mean, it's hard to get to places. I mean, my feet are soaking wet, but just absolutely incredible to see the white all over the hills and the cliffs and the volcanic ash and lava, houses and dugouts and inner cities. It's absolutely beautiful. So cool. It was painted in red and white. I think this is the 9th, 10th century this church was made. Church/tomb. You can still see some of the paint. That is absolutely remarkable. Getting dark. My phone cut out earlier and I kind of freaked out a little bit. It went pitch black in a little underground tomb. Wow. Got the dome, just like modern churches. just magical in here. I mean, it's just, I'm a kid in a candy shop here, but look at these engravings, and to be able to touch them and feel them, and to just see the detail they put into it. I mean, they had to carve all this out. Just awesome. It's crazy that this was, 9th, 10th century, and I could just rub my hand across it. And you see white and red paint kind of here and there. Obviously, you never know because they sometimes find layers of paint under this paint. I don't know about this specific church, but a lot of times they repainted over the generations. So just freaking awesome. I'm so happy. I love it. Also, to my psychedelic fans, check out Brian's book, by the way. He's never done a psychedelic. At least he did it when he wrote the book. I don't know if he has yet. But he's kind of gives him more credit because a lot of people that write books like that don't get credit because they're on drugs or whatever. But Carl Ruck, Jordan Peterson, and Brian did an amazing podcast. Look that up. I'll put the link in the bio. Jordan Peterson, obviously a brilliant guy who hasn't done psychedelics, I assume, but he's very curious about the studies of it helping with depression and everything. So he really meets the master, Carl Ruck. And Carl Ruck, it's the first time I've seen Jordan Peterson kind of seem like he's the student and Carl Ruck seems like the teacher. And that only comes from, obviously, a lot of psychedelics, but also a lot of research and intellect. And I believe he's in his 90s now. Very brilliant man. Thanks, Brian, for putting that together. But just amazing podcast. Check it out below. Oh, hello. Oh. So the Seljuk Turks and kind of changed these churches to their conformity around the Cappadocia area. Arab raids were going on from Armenia here to Cappadocia, and they just kind of adapted the style of churches to their liking, and that was kind of the time passing on to time, hands passing on to other hands. Just as the Christians inherited it, they now give it off. So that's about it for this video. Check in next week. All right, peace. Love you. Mwah. Wonder boy, why don't you tell me the secrets of your power?